Oh, so what do we learn this week about Tezzerator in Modern? And unfortunately, our record was a bit disappointing. Out of the 5 matches, we only won 2. I think a lot of that, though, is just the matchups. Modern is so fast. And while Tezzeret's super powerful and did a good job of winning over the long game, when you're playing against Infect and Burn and Storm and those type of decks, there just isn't much time to get Tezzeret going. And I think that's one of the most interesting points about this. The combo of Sword of the Meek and Thopter Foundry was actually banned in Modern for a long time because everyone thought it was too good and it was traditionally very powerful. But the format's so fast that it's really hard to set up that combo in a efficient way that's going to allow you to actually win the game. So I think the deck was sweet. I enjoyed playing the deck. Tezzeret is on my very short list of favorite Planeswalkers of all time, like in my top 3 Planeswalkers of all time. So I'll use any excuse possible to play Tezzeret. And I also enjoy artifact decks. So all around, this is a deck that I really wanted to be good because it's a style of deck that I really enjoy, a planeswalker that I really like. But overall, my impression was that the format is just too quick for Tezzeret to really work. And I guess that's kind of the problem with Tezzeret. As far as individual card choices, Vault Scourge, not sold on that. I don't know if we ever actually made it a 5/5. It's too fragile. Even when we had opportunities to make it a 5/5, it always felt like we would just be blown out by a lightning bolt or something. So that wasn't super impressive. Time Civ, I don't even think it's necessary in the deck. It sounds cool to go infinite and take all the turns, but if you live long enough to get Sword of the Meek going and making 5 Thopters a turn, the problem isn't you can't win the game from that point. Like, that's pretty easy to win the game if you're making 5 Thopters, gaining 5 life a turn. The problem is surviving long enough to do that. So Time Civ doesn't really solve any of the problems with the deck. So Vault Scourge, I would consider cutting. The Time Civ, I would definitely cut, even though I love the jankiness of infinite turns. Black Sun Zenith, I'm not sure about. It seems expensive. There were times when it felt like, oh, we just can't kill what we wanted. It probably is better as Damnation. I get the idea of it, and I like the idea, like, oh, we can make 5/5s, and they won't die, but our opponent's stuff will. But in real terms, when the game's happening, that doesn't really happen too often, so it's probably just better off being a straight-up Damnation. And then I think, and you're probably going to not like this suggestion, but I think that the way to make this maybe work is to make it Esper, more Esper, use Ensnaring Bridge in the main deck, so get rid of the focus on making 5/5s, essentially. Making Vault Scourge a 5/5 with lifelink, as we saw, it's just not that practical. It's not that common. So instead of thinking, oh, we're going to make these things into 5/5s and having that be our primary game plan, get rid of the Vault Scourges and say, we're going to keep from dying to our opponent's fast decks, to all these zoo creatures and these just super fast and fat creatures, by playing Ensnaring Bridge to keep creatures from attacking. And plan on winning with the Tezzeret Ultimate or just with 1/1 Thopters. That's the great thing about the Thopters is they actually work incredibly well with Ensnaring Bridge because they're 1 power, so you just draw a card for the turn, Thopters attack, you get in the damage, then you play that card, whether it be a land or whatever, then your opponent's creatures can't attack no matter what. So I think that's what I would do. But it was fun to play anyway. That's been our Much Abrew About Nothing for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I will talk to you soon.